umaga sa inyong lahat. Ito nga pala si Sunny Azu. I am now 42. I was diagnosed with depression. Kung bago ka lang sa channel ko, and ngayon mo lang ako napakinggan. So, I am diagnosed with an anxiety and depression. But I believe this anxiety and depression was already with me even when I was still in high school. That led me to the behavior and the kind of life I've been through in the past 42 years, right? So, I just wanted to talk about something this week. On my podcast, by the way, it will be up on YouTube this week. I'm gonna be shooting the most frequently asked questions. So, I hope you can watch it for awareness and support my channel. Let's help each other make mental health. Be aware. People be aware of mental, especially if you're a male. No, I've seen like there are few males talk about this kind of the mental behavior, but you know, I don't see it as a sign of a weakness, but I see it as it's an awakening, no, to help each other, especially males at the age of 40. It's so difficult. But I wanted to talk about is that yung difficulties of the depression in male, no? So if you're a wife, if your husband, if you're a wife, if you are a sister, a mother, no, if you're listening right now or watching, so it's so difficult, no, for male, especially with the Philippines machismo, no, yung, you know, the male should be the breadwinner, the male should be like this, the male should be like that, the male, maraming perception kasi ang male kasi siyempre ang haligi ng tahanan, and sometimes inaano nila ito, sometimes sinatago nila yung mga ganitong nararamdaman through alcohol, through drugs, or through kung ano man, no? And nalalabas lang nila yung mga emotions at feeling nila sa labas, but not with the family. Commonly ganun. But I think what I learned about these difficulties that I have been through, the depression, the anxiety is something different that I really want to talk about in the future. But in the depression, what I learned is that hindi siya magandang itago, especially sa family mo, because we're trying to create a support group, especially with your kids, no? Kids will really hate you if they don't understand, no? And your wife, if you let them keep on guessing kung ano yung nararamdaman mo, you're gonna be living a harder life. So although it doesn't really make any difference, even if you like kahit naman sabihin mo sa kanila, it will be also difficult. Both difficult, but what's the difference between like informing and acting like you, no? Yung wala kang tinatago in sa bahay. Like ako, I tell my kids I have a mental problem. I used to call myself bipolar when I was not diagnosed. Yeah, well, now I'm diagnosed. It's basically depression. It's actually a bipolar 1. Ganun din siya, no? It's a mood disorder. But I don't hide it from my kids. I explain them, Papa, why are you drinking alcohol when I was depressed? I tell them that I don't know what to do. I feel this kind of sickness. I wish I understand, but I don't, no? So sinasabi ko lagi sa kanila yon that I explain to them what I feel, especially to my wife. Wala akong tinatago. Ultimo siguro yung buhok sa puwet ko, alam na ng misis ko. So, ganoon sila, and I told them, nung hindi pa namin naintindihan, I apologize to my kids, and I tell them like, please, accept me as your father. If you can see me like the time that I break down, the time that I am like this on the weaker side of my life, no, you have to accept it. You have to accept kung ano ako. I don't want to pretend that I am somebody in front of you that I am not. And I let my kids understand that all people comes to breakdown. And sabi ko sa kanila, pag dumating yung panahon na kayo, mararamdaman nyo rin itong nararamdaman ko or nararamdaman ng inyong parents na ganito, I want you to seek help muna una dito sa amin as your family. We'll solve this together, we'll try to understand together, and there's no other people who can accept you than your family first, no? Love, for example, is so difficult to achieve when you're not being accepted first. But when once you're accepted already, then it will take a little bit longer time to be loved. But once your family started loving you, then it is an unconditional love. So it's kind of like different, no? Like actually medyo ano siya eh. Normally dapat hindi tayo nagpapakita ng weaknesses sa mga kids natin, but alam mo yun, I feel like ako kasi I feel like my kids needs to know kung ano yung pinagdadaanan ko. One day I'm not gonna be here for them anymore. One day they are going to encounter, or they might be encountering, or maybe they might be marrying someone like me. They'll understand about how should they handle a person na may mga ganitong karamdaman. So my point is I used to, when I break down before, I used to like hide in my man's cave, no? May sariling opisina for like 2-3 days, and they get so worried kasi hindi nila naintindihan eh. Once they get so worried, alam mo yun, once they do not understand anything about you, it might affect it also affects their daily lives, their mindset, their mentality, and it would be difficult for them to support us. Yun yung point ko, no? And alam mo yun, like my wife, I'm so thankful about my wife right now kasi I'm already at 40s, but I told her, sabi ko, Han, since I am already been diagnosed and I already have a treatment, I don't wanna go back to my previous job. I wanna reset my goals. I want to challenge myself for new things kasi dati kasi baliktad eh. Alam mo yun, before ano muna eh, I have to look for a career, hanap ng career, tapos i-adjust ko na lang yung sarili ko dun sa career. But with the mental health problem, it's different. You have to develop yourself first before knowing or understanding what you really want in life, or what is it that you really want to do. Otherwise, if you do something and then hindi kaya mag-adjust ng yung character doon sa gagawin mong trabaho, it's a disaster. Believe me, it's a disaster. You're gonna have a hard time. So I don't believe in too late, since I'm already at 40s, trying to start all over again. No, I don't believe that there's such thing as too late or too early, because the race is long. In fact, wala namang race, there's no end to it, diba? So how come there's a late beginning? So hindi ako naniniwala doon. For as long as we'll be able to provide for our family, for as long as the goals for the kids to go to school, for as long as they've been educated, fed well, and God provides. God will lead you to something that is actually way out of your mind, no? Hindi mo how powerful God will work, no? Like what is happening with me, and I'm really thankful to God that even if I'm starting to reset everything, since that my family really understand about my my sickness, things are aligning. The energy at home is more lively than before. Alam mo yun? So I hope you get what I mean, and I hope that you understand what I mean. If may mga pinagdadaanan kayong karamdaman, don't be afraid to tell your wife, your girlfriend. Don't be afraid to go to the doctor and consult. Don't be afraid to try things to make you better, even if you are already at 40s. So yun lang, I really hope that you understand what I'm talking about, and especially those men, don't be afraid to tell your wife and have a support group. your family. Thank you so much for